All right, guys, we are back again. Um, I'm tired, dealing with a little bit of brain fog, but we'll push through it. That's what we always do. Our next guest is somebody who, well, they're a mother and son pair, but it's mainly going to be about the son today. But she's somebody who comes in my lives all the time. She's one of my favorite people, and I shouldn't say that because then people would think I'm picking favorites, but oh well. But she's very delightful and comes in and she has a story of her own. But her son has been through a lot, and he wanted to tell his story, and he watches every now and then. And for me, I think it's important to give anybody a platform to speak and to be heard because we're all looking for that. But especially for those who are young, because it's really hard to feel like you fit in or belong when you don't have a whole lot of a life experience. So it's just like you feel like, being legally blind. There's plenty of legally blind people in the world, but you can, and when you're by yourself and you have no friends and so on, it can feel like, hey, I'm the only one, even if that's asinine and there's millions of people like you. Anyway, my point is just it's always good to have a good conversation with the youth because, a lot of them, and I'm not saying he is, but a lot of them are very misguided and they need to be redirected because the world is not kind to them. They go through things that I never did when I was a kid. I never had mass shooting drills and all this craziness, online bullying and things like. So the kids go through so much more than even I went through, and it's good to just talk to them and see where they are and what they've been through. Because even though they don't have a lot of life experience, their opinions on things and their perspective on life really does matter. Because we like to say they are the future. So. Anyway, all right, my friend. Sorry for that long-winded rant. Would you like to kind of tell us your name and a little bit about yourself? And Tammy, if you want to say hi, you can as well.
All right, so my name is Bentley. I'm 15. I just, yeah,
Wonderful introduction. Are you shy?
a little bit.
A little bit. It's all good, buddy. It's all good. So you do watch some of my lives, right? When your mom's watching me?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't remember. Did I say, because I know I was talking to your mom about coming on, but she was talking about you. What was your reaction? Like, why did you want to come on?
Well, I just thought it'd kind of be kind of interesting and fun.
Well, she does talk about you a lot. Obviously, your birthday's near mine, and you've had a lot of health issues, correct?
Yeah.
Can you talk about them? Some of the things you've been through, or what you currently and still or what you still go through.
Well, I have a drusen in my eye. I have to go see the eye doctor every how often?
He's to the doctor every 6 months.
Like,
He's got optic nerve drusen.
Okay, gotcha. What else?
yeah. I have athlete's knee. That affects, how I walk a lot.
Okay. And what are you? You're like 15, right?
Yeah.
15. Okay.
He's also on the spectrum.
On the spectrum. Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Now, I don't like to ask the stupid question of like, when did you know you were different? But like, kind of, like when did you kind of take note when you were in, like, just, you're still young, but there had to be a time where you went, all right, like, I'm different for whatever reason. Was there a moment that kind of stood out to you that, made you understand that?
Not really. I've always felt like, well, especially when I was younger. I feel like whenever I was younger was when I was like, oh, I don't fit in as much, but it's okay.
Yeah, no, it's all good. See, I could tell you from somebody who is different, the worst thing is when you're a kid, being different can suck because less people are likely to talk to you, be your friend, and the world will bully you and mistreat you because you stand out, because you're different. But the older you get, if you're able to tap into it and understand it, like, you'll realize being different is the only way to be. But as a kid, it's harder to understand that because, like I said, when you're different in any way, the world, especially kids, they make it a little harder on you.
Definitely.
Have you gone through any sort of bullying?
No, not really.
Not really. That's pretty good.
But like, I feel like I've always kind of had like a crowd that I fit into.
That's good. Hey, that's nothing wrong with that, man. If you can blend in. My thing was is I got bullied as a kid, like early, like first grade in that area. But like when I got towards like seventh, eighth grade, and I started noticing like, oh, like I should start showering things and shit. Like girls were paying, like I wanted girls to acknowledge me. So I was like, I got to start dressing up. And then I started wearing like really nice Jordans and things. And it was like, oh, okay, so he's got the eye problem, but at least he has cool sneakers. So that kind of helped me to blend in a little more.
Yeah.
It kept the bullies off my back at that point in time. With your eyes, do you know like what your vision is? Is it only in one eye or both?
It's in both of his eyes.
Okay.
Which I have better than 20/20 vision.
Yeah, he has better than actual like perfect vision.
Oh.
But he does have to see a retina doctor. He now goes every 3 years to the retina doctor and every 6 months to the regular optometrist. Mm-hmm. Just because with the optic nerve drusen, I don't know how much you know about it.
No, not really.
It creates calcium deposits at the front of the optic nerve where the disc is. And it can cause, blindness. He has to get eye pressures taken, all that. And his optic nerves look constantly swollen.
Mm. Okay, so it's not really impairing your vision at this point. It could. It's still very serious, but you have good vision right now. So that's something. Yeah. Do you take any kind of steroids, like drops?
No.
Yeah, they probably want to stay away from that because that's one of the things that increase it. Because I have to take a steroid because of the irritation and redness in my eyes, but I also have to take a drop called Timolol, which helps to try to keep the pressure, at least mitigate the pressure. Because if your pressure goes up, that's how you can lose your sight and can do a lot more damage.
Yeah, but I don't have to take no steroids.
Yeah, I would imagine because yours isn't. Since your eyes are really good, for the most part, or at least on the outside, it seems you wouldn't have to. And mine is, like I said, it's more about the irritation and the redness that causes issues. But yeah, that's a huge thing with a lot of those with visual impairments, keeping the pressure down, and it can go up at any moment for whatever reason. So I can imagine. You see, like with me, like my retinas are actually perfect. They did X-rays and stuff, and like your retinas look awesome. It's your corneas that are shot. And the retinas are the back of the eye, the corneas are the front of the eye, and either one. You don't want any kind of impairment to them because it causes major issues.
Yeah.
Now, how do your other conditions? How do they affect you?
Well, with my osgood flutter, like I said, it affects how I walk. Mm-hmm. Sometimes, whenever I'm walking and stuff, my back can hurt. I also have scoliosis.
Oh, right, you got scoliosis. Okay.
Yeah, I have ADHD as well. I have ADHD combined type.
Yeah, man, you're one strong dude because you carry it well, man. You're shy, you're kind of quiet, but you can tell. Like I've met a lot of young people with disabilities, and maybe it's the way you were raised. I don't know, but you definitely, just from the little bit I do get from you, like it doesn't seem like it's something that breaks you. I'm sure you struggle with it every now and then, but. And I don't know, maybe that whole being on the spectrum thing actually helps you in a way, because maybe, and I don't mean this to sound like an insulting thing, and like maybe it's something that maybe you don't pick up on how others perceive it. Maybe you don't care. I don't know. But it's a good thing. Like, yeah, because I know I have friends who have scoliosis, and then some of them have like leg braces and different things, and it takes them a long time for them to get anywhere in life with confidence. But you seem to be, you're shy, but, that's okay. But you don't seem to be lacking too much confidence.
No. I mean, I would say, I have confidence. It's just I don't like meeting and approaching new people. I think that's part of like what my autism does and stuff.
Sure.
That's why I like kind of stay in my own crowd.
Yeah, you got to make life work for you and not the other way around. So if you can find a way to keep, I mean, you got to come out of your comfort zones every now and then, but if you can find ways to just, skip through life and not have too much danger, it's a good thing. Is there anything in life that you like want to do, but you're having trouble trying to figure it out by working around all your disabilities, all your impairments?
Which with scoliosis and my osseous slaughter in my knees, like I want to play sports and stuff, but then I get out there and I start to hurt and stuff, and it affects how I perform.
Gotcha. Do you ever struggle with like depression?
Yeah, for sure.
For sure, right? Yeah.
That anxiety, derealization, all that stuff.
I don't know how much it'll make sense to you now because you're young, but it's something I've learned in the last year here. And I'm 37, so I got 22 years on you. When it comes to like limitations and things, like I know I can't drive, and it sucks, right? It sucks. You want to be able to be fully independent and not rely on anyone, whether it's a family member or a friend or an Uber driver, whatever. But maybe sports isn't in the cards for you. I don't know. I'm not saying it is or isn't, but just know limitations are not about, if you can or can't do something. It's about how you can do it. And you just have to find your own way with scoliosis, with all your chronic pain and things. You have to figure out your own way to doing it. And maybe it's not playing collegiate basketball or whatever. It's something else. But don't give up on your dreams. You just got to find your own way of doing it.
Yeah, for sure. That makes sense.
Yeah. And I mean, look, I don't know if you've seen it, but I've seen the Special Olympics, the basketball, where they're the wheelchair basketball. Dude, that's harder than actual basketball. Like, I don't know if you've seen it, but there's just guys with no legs, and they're strolling around a real basketball court, and they're shooting three-pointers. Like, it is. I watched a whole game, and I was like, it's better than actual real basketball now, because at least they don't cry for calls, and they're not millionaires. Like, it's people in wheelchairs who have to stroll down the court and dribble a ball and pass it and make, do everything that everyone else is already. And again, I'm just making basketball. I don't even know what sports you're into, but there's other ways, man. And I know sometimes we don't want to highlight, we don't want to, draw more attention, but like, oh, I don't want to play wheelchair basketball. I'd like to play regular basketball. But my point is just there is other ways out here. You just got to have an open mind to it. And, as far as the depression, goes, man, I hear you. I was a very sad teenage boy. I didn't deal with my disabilities well. You seem like you're dealing with yours better than I dealt with mine. So, just hang in there. And your mom, I'm sure, is very supportive.
Yeah, for sure.
Now, if she has a gun, to your head, just tap on the phone or something. You don't have to say anything nice about her.
Maybe like 2 or 3 taps there.
Yeah. We'll speak in code. But no, it helps though. I mean, I had a very supportive mother, and I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for my mom. So I can only imagine what she, when she talks about you, she talks about you as at least the way I perceive it is she's a very proud mom. So I'm sure she's protective and whatnot, but having that support system, somebody in your corner is always, it's really helpful to get through life, because you already feel alone as is because you're different, but at least you got your mom.
Yeah.
I do want to ask Tammy a question, even though I know you don't want to talk too much, but is there, because I've talked to moms about this, like, Is there ever some, like, for you personally? I mean, I know it does happen within moms, but like, is there ever like, do you ever feel guilty that like everything he goes through? Is there a party, even though it's not your fault? Is there a party that thinks like, man, his conditions, everything he goes through is like, do you go through some sort of, not postpartum, but like some sort of thing where you feel guilty, like it's your fault?
So the only thing I've ever really felt like that is his sperm donor. We don't even refer to him as his biological father. Because I got pregnant at 17, graduated high school, 5 months pregnant, had him after I turned 18. It was pure hell. It took 10 years for him to get adopted by my now ex-husband. And it caused like so much shit with Bentley with his mental health. And when he was little, he would be forced to do visitations because of court orders. And he would rip out handfuls of my hair, crying, begging not to go. And there was nothing I could do. And that's always been the hardest part for me. Mm-hmm. And like, he even still had to go over there after substantiated child abuse. Mm. And this child had a giant cut on the front of his face from being thrown into a wall.
Yeah. I had somewhat of a similar situation without the abuse, but yeah.
Yeah, well, he's probably going to prison now because he's on his like third felony. So, but Bentley made the choice after he was adopted to cut off the whole family because they threatened his dad, which is my ex-husband. Bentley's always called him his dad. And Bentley's biological grandmother called Bentley a liar about the abuse, called him a liar to his face. So I've always struggled with that part. And, you know, being so young, it was hard. Anyways, so we've kind of, you know, grown up together.
Now, I mean, when he had all these different diagnoses, like being on the spectrum and all that, like, did you know anybody that could give you guidance on that? Because like, I know there's a lot of moms who have like autistic children or disabled children, and they try to, like, they struggle, especially if they're young, they struggle with trying to figure out how to navigate life and what schools to put them in and all these things. Like, was there any of that early on?
I just kind of figured it out as we went. I wanted to normalize everything with him as much as possible. I mean, this kid has went through a crap ton of therapies. Because when he was little, like with the autism, I was kind of at a loss when he'd have meltdowns because, you know, you can't do anything for him. You just got to let him pass. But it was like 4 hours of him banging his head on the floor and kicking and punching and biting. And it's like, you know, you just get to a point where like, all right, I'm tired. I don't know what to do. But I just kind of talked to our doctors and found good therapists and just put him in our schools here, and it's worked out.
Good. I like it. Yeah, I've just heard a lot of, especially young moms and parents who have trouble early on because it's like, you know, you out there having sex and you have a kid and you're like, oh, okay, cool, I have a kid. And then you find out they're on the spectrum or whatever. They're going to be in a wheelchair or whatever. And you're like, what the hell do I know about that? I don't know how do I raise a kid who's disabled? And it's not anything on the kid. It's just, it's something you don't think about when you're having.
Yeah, it can be really hard, especially when you're young. Because Bentley was diagnosed with autism and ADHD when he was 4. So I was about 22. But I just kind of rolled with it and did my own research.
Okay. That's awesome. So, like, Bentley, what are some of the things that you're interested in? You said you want to play sports and things. What else are you into?
Well, I like gaming. I like basketball. I like baseball. I mean, I used to play football. I've dilly dabbled in a little bit of golf. You know.
Try a little bit.
I like MMA, boxing, all that stuff.
Okay.
All that. Well, I'm also really good at welding.
Oh, nice. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
In sports, do you work out a lot? Like try to get fit?
No, I don't. I wouldn't necessarily say I work out. I mean, I have basketball goals outside. I go outside almost every day.
Okay, gotcha. I just didn't know, what you do because like I go to the gym and I got chronic pain from things, but I try to push through it, but sometimes I overwork my body and I just have to give it a break. But we all have to learn what our limitations are and what we can and can't do. So we just push through it, or we got to figure out how we can do it. But I just didn't know with all the pain that you're in if you did work out or not.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I don't like do traditional workouts.
That's all right.
Like I don't do like push ups, sit ups. Like I don't do none of that really.
Gotcha. I mean, you're 15, you're young, but is there something you want to be like when you grow up? Do you have like real goals, or are you just kind of winging life and just trying to figure it out later?
Well, this is what I always say. Like if sports and stuff don't work out, I want to be a welder and stuff. But like also, I'm not really thinking about it right now because I'm trying to, live my teen years out.
That's smart, man. That's smart. Every time I get kids come in my lives and they ask me like, "You want advice? Can I have advice for a young kid?" And I'm just like, "Live your teenage years, man. Don't live it because they go quick. And when it's over, all of a sudden you're in your 20s and you're just like, what happened?" Like, and I still think 20s, like up until like 25, I still think I think you're an adult with with training wheels on. Like you're there, you're almost there. But just because you can drink, just because you can have sex, that doesn't mean you're an adult. Because when you're in your early 20s, you're a dumb kid pretty much. And so it's like just enjoy enjoy your youth, man. Because there's gonna be days eventually, and you already know actually, you're gonna wake up in pain, just for whatever stupid reason. You're gonna be like, yeah, my left part of my back, just lower back, hurts for no reason at all. And you just, I wake up some days and I go, today is my right pinky day. For whatever reason, my right pinky hurts today, and I'm just that's today. Tomorrow it probably won't hurt anymore. And so, yeah, enjoy those young years, man, because they're fun, and you can break your knee and pop right back and heal in 6 weeks, and everything is golden. But once you get older, and I'm not even old yet, but for some of us, our bodies have already been through hell. So, but the older you get, just like I said, just enjoy your youth, man. Play sports, just be careful with everything you do. Don't make too much mistakes, but just enjoy your life.
Yeah.
You only get one chance at it. So what are some of your, you said you like basketball, baseball. Now, what are some of your teams?
Some of my what?
Your teams that you like. You said you like baseball. Do you watch it or do you just play it?
Oh, I play and watch.
Okay. What are some of your teams you like?
So, my favorite basketball team is the Los Angeles Lakers.
Okay.
I like the Dodgers, like the Dodgers in baseball. My favorite team in football is the Ravens. Yeah, I watch all three of those sports.
Okay. Not having the greatest year with your Ravens, huh?
No.
Well,
Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, he might be back for Thursday. So what's his name? Huntley saved your season. You're still alive.
Yeah.
And the Steelers are falling apart. So you're still in it. All you gotta do is win that dumb division. Because Cleveland's terrible, and Cincinnati doesn't know how to win games. So you'll be all right. You're still in it. You just gotta hope Pittsburgh doesn't go on a run. Otherwise, you'll be okay. When I was a kid, when I liked sports, I went back, especially with football, it was about players. I think kids now, they're more about players, like Lamar Jackson, right? Like when I was a kid, it was like my dad was a Dolphins fan, so I kind of got into Dan Marino. Then it was Brett Favre. Then it was Elway. And then I loved Marshall Faulk, who played for the Rams. And I was like, okay. And then I just stayed as a Rams fan. But, yeah, when you're a kid, you kind of get passed around. You just kind of like players, especially basketball. I noticed the kids, they love It was like, oh, I love LeBron. Okay, I'm a Lakers fan. Or I love, Jokic, so I'm a Nuggets fan. But I forget, where are you guys from again?
Kentucky.
Kentucky. So how the hell do you become a Dodgers and a Lakers fan and a Ravens fan?
And not just Kentucky. We're on the Tennessee line.
Oh, shit. So yours is more about like popularity and the players and things that you like about them. Because Baltimore's near me, and LA ain't nowhere near you.
Yeah, it's on the whole other side of the world.
Yeah. Yeah. Again, like I said, sports is very impressionable, and it's a lot of times it's about individual players. Because like when I like basketball, and I used to watch it a lot, I was a big Kobe guy, so I liked the Lakers, but it wasn't about the Lakers. It was about Kobe more than anything.
I'm a Kobe fan too. That's my favorite player.
There you go. Now I'll be honest, I didn't really like Kobe as a person. He just seemed to be like an asshole of a person, but as a player, he was really enjoyable to watch. But I also grew up with Jordan too, because I was born in the early 80s or late 80s, so I got to see Jordan play. So I was a Jordan fan before I was a Kobe fan. But once Jordan retired, it was like, I'm not going to root for the Wizards or the Bulls. So I guess I'll just root for Kobe. But that's good. Yeah, sports. As I gotten older, man, I used to watch every sport, like football, basketball, baseball, hockey, college, fucking tennis, whatever. And then I don't know, maybe it's just me. The older I get, like I get so tired of having to, like, there's so much political things behind sports now, and there's so much money and there's so much greed that I truly just kind of have lost the interest in sports. Like I still watch football and I still like baseball. I'm a Yankees fan and I'm a LA Rams fan, but like the older I get, I think sports is just kind of, I've lost the love and the interest for it. Oh, maybe it's just me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes. Now, is there, I don't know. I mean, is there anything you would like to know about me? I don't know. It's hard. I want to have a conversation, so I'm going to try to get you out of your shyness. So I'm trying to take the pressure off of you, so you don't feel like you have to answer everything I ask you. But I don't know. Is there anything you want to know?
Well, I saw on your lives, you're a huge sneakerhead. Oh
yeah. That's a problem, dude. It's a problem. Yeah, I always liked sneakers. Like when I was a kid, I was really big into Iversons, actually, because Iverson, I lived in Philly. So Iverson was the man. And Kobe didn't have sneakers back then, really. And so it was Iversons and Jordans. But I actually favored Iversons at the time. And maybe it was because Iversons were cheaper and we couldn't afford Jordans. I don't really remember. I think they were. And we had a connection. Somebody could get us Iversons pretty reasonable prices. But I also got Jordans too. But we never really had the money to afford any of that. Like my mom did what she could. And so I did all right. But then when I got old enough and I started working and making my own money, I just had this list in my head of all these shoes I wanted. And I was like, I'm going to buy every damn shoe on that list. And I got 2 pairs left to buy. So, and one comes out in November, the Jordan 4 Black Hats, and if you know these shoes, then it'll make sense to you. But the Bugs Bunny Jordan 8s come out in December. And after that, like, my list is complete. I'm still going to buy shoes, but it's not going to be like it was. Like last year, I bought somewhere between 32 and 33 pairs of shoes last year. It was really ridiculous. It made no sense. I wasn't proud of myself last year. But yeah, I do love sneakers. Is that something you're into or you want to get into?
Yeah, no, I'm into sneakers as well. I mean, I have a pair of Jordan 4 elephant prints.
Okay. Is it something like, do you want to get into it as like you want to wear your shoes? Do you want to like sell shoes? Because that you could turn that into a job. But like, is it something you just want to have a bunch of shoes laid out all in your room, or do you want to just like buy and sell and
Well, I'm really into fashion and stuff, so
okay.
I like to put fits together and stuff. So
I hear you. Yeah, and again, make it work for you, man. I'm telling you, like, something I I was talking to a friend of mine who, actually the last guest of the podcast, and she was talking about how she was watching, I met her through my lives, and she was saying how, like, I would love to do kind of what you're doing by, like, going live and podcasts and things, but I don't feel like I have anything to say or anything to talk about that's interesting, and because everything has already been done. And I'm like, yeah, it's true, but you got to do it the way you want, make it work for you, right? Like, I have very little sight, but I do those blind fit checks where I match all my outfits, and it throws people off, and it's fun. So am I the first person to match an outfit? No. Am I the first person to do a TikTok video of them popping out of a closet? Probably not. Am I the first person to be visually impaired and be on TikTok? No. But I put it all together and I make it fun and laugh and have a good time with it. And it's me. No one could say, well, he stole that from somebody, because it's just, I don't know if someone did it, they did it, but you have fun with it. And so just be you at the end of the day. And it's, there's plenty of what they call sneakerheads out there. There's plenty of people who like fashion and like matching outfits, but there's no one like Bentley. So just be yourself and let the rest figure itself out. So, but I will say, man, like, sneakers is not a cheap hobby. So, be easy on your mama, because, she's a lovely lady, but it is not easy to afford all those shoes that I have. It's I'm not proud to say I've spent over $20,000 on shoes. It's a problem. Now it's been over years, and it's my money. I earned it, and I can spend it on what I want. Because my grandma yells at me all the time when I buy new shoes, but I tell her, I give her the option. I said, it's either this or cocaine, and she says, okay, shoes. I go, okay, cool, good enough. Good enough. Now, I would never do cocaine, but it's still funny to give her the option. But so, yeah, man, be easy on your mama. But when you get a job and you start working, man, yeah, buy whatever sneaker you want. You earned it, But, yeah, have fun with it. And like I said, just because you have disabilities, make it look sexy. Just enjoy yourself, and, it's you have your own style. But you can take a bunch of other people's styles and implement it and morph it into your own, and just have a good time with it, man. The best advice I can give somebody who's young is just be yourself. It's simple, but just be yourself, man. And you have disabilities, so no matter what, the world is always going to tell you you're different, but you make that shit work for you. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Make it work for you. What kind of like shoe, like, is there like an ideal dream shoe you want that you don't have?
Yes, I want a pair of Kobe reverse Grinches.
Oh, the red ones. Okay.
Yeah.
My goal is to get the green ones, because that's my favorite color, and I missed my chance on getting them years ago, and I just didn't get them, and now they're like $2,000, and I'm just not paying that. It's the reverse Grinches, I don't think they're going for, they're probably going for like $500, which is still a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, save up. You better,
yeah.
Are you working at all?
I will probably end up working this November.
All right. You can get them, man. Get them. Just, for me, just like what I do, just set a goal, dude. Look at those shoes. Every time you see a picture, you see somebody with a video with them on, you're like, God damn, I want those. You just keep saying, I'm going to have them. And, but you got to go out and get it. The best thing you can do is just earn something. Because if something is handed to you, like, that's what I talk about, like my TikTok journey, where it's like, I now have 2 viral videos, but I had 20,000 followers before I ever had a viral video. So no one can ever say, hey, he was like this internet sensation that just, all of a sudden just got popular and got everything he wanted. No. For people like us, man, we have to fight for everything we have. So, and we earn it. But at the end of the day, when we do it, when you grab that, because you're going to have it, when you grab that box of shoes and you put it in your closet, or when you put those shoes on, you're going to be like, damn, man, I got these because I earned it. So just keep having it in the back of your mind, because you'll have them. You might have them sooner than you think. You just got to keep going. Just a pair of shoes, but that also, don't obsess over it either, because it is only a pair of shoes. And I say that as a shoe lover myself. If I could get rid of all my shoes for true happiness, I would. Like, I love my shoes. They help fill a void. I truly like wearing them. But at the end of the day, they don't make me happy. They are just, just a small part of my life that's just makes life a little more fun. Like, if I had to sell all my shoes for a medical bill for my cat, I would. Would I want to? No, but I will or for my grandma or somebody I love, So just remember, they're just an item. They're just a pair of shoes. But I do get the desire to want them. And like I said, you'll get them. Do you, now you just kind of, as you know, right now you just, buy whenever you can. But is there anything you like collect? Like, are you a collector of anything?
I got Pokemon cards. Like, I have I think it was graded I don't have it graded yet, but the ungraded card itself is I think I can sell it for $250.
Okay. So I don't know if you were in my room. I don't know if your mom and you were in my room the other day, but so the original Charizard, the one that Jake Paul has or Logan Paul has.
Yeah.
The one where he sold for, or he bought for was it $1 million or some shit? It was
something.
I pulled that card when I was young. That exact card. Like, when I saw it, I was like, fuck, I used to have that card. Because it is the original one. And when it came out, it was the hardest card to get, even then. But I pulled it because I used to be so good at pulling Pokemon cards. I was bad at Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, I would have to buy my Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards. But Pokemon, I would just, whatever, I would go to a card store and they would be like, what's the hardest card to pull? And I would just pull it. And I don't know why, I don't know what it was. It was just, it was really weird. But the Charizard, I pulled that. I bought 4 packs one day at a Walgreens. I don't know if y'all have Walgreens, but it's like a little, how do you call it, Walgreens? It's basically like a CVS type of store, Rite Aid type shit. Anyway, I went and bought 4 packs. One of them was a dud. I didn't get anything in it. The other one was a Venusaur. The other one was a Zapdos. And the other one was that Charizard. And those were 3 of the 4 hardest cards to pull out. And that Charizard, if you could get it mint condition, it's over $1 million now. Now, I had mine, and I beat it up because I played with it. But I actually used to own that card. I wish I would have never got rid of it because I didn't know it was going to end up being that. Because even beat up, I could have gotten probably a grand from it. But yeah. I don't know current Pokemon like I used to because I just don't, especially the card game specifically. But that's another hobby that's very expensive. So it sucks because you really need money for a lot of these hobbies. Pokemon is not cheap. Neither is Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Magic the Gathering or any of these card games. They are crazy expensive. Do you play are you a collector or do you play competitively or anything?
Oh no, I just collect for fun.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. You said you like video games too, right?
Yeah.
What kind of games do you like? Like, you say you like sports, so I'm imagining you like Madden and things.
Yeah, I play Madden, 2K, Minecraft, Fortnite, Call of Duty, yeah, stuff like that.
Gotcha. Okay. And you just play for fun?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, I was on live the other day. I was playing with my Nintendo 64. I know you weren't born when it came out, but it's still funny to go back and watch it, play old retro video games.
Like Retro Bowl.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you, I got out of video games right after the PS3. Right as the PS4 was coming out, I kind of retired. I just said, I don't want to do this anymore. I traded one expensive hobby for the next, and I said, all right, I'm going to do sneakers. But the real reason why I got out of video games, what I don't like about current video games is, they look better than any video game that ever came out during my time. But they made them so realistic, and the fact that there's so much microtransactions where you have to constantly buy stuff within the game. And that bothers me because it's just I already paid $70 for the game. Now I have to spend God knows how much more, like for GTA 6 or any of these games, like I have to keep paying for it. And it just becomes a ripoff. They still make great games, but it's just not what it used to be. And then also, like, when I was a kid, it used to be, like, games used to be fun. I feel like games, like, the fun has been taken out of. They try to make them so real that, like, I used to play Madden, and I would play a season just by myself, and, Ray Lewis would be 39 and he's about to retire, but you could go in the settings during your season and just make him 28 for no reason, just because. And it was just like, I want to do that. Like, I want to be able to just make a player all 99 and 8 foot tall, and he has 100 and he has 99 speed and throwing accuracy. You just put him 99 across the board just because I want to do it. I just want to have fun. And I think a lot of the games now, it's just like they're going for so much realism that it takes away from the fun aspect of video games.
Yeah.
But, again, the kids love them. I hope, though, but I do hope like, and this is something I've learned later in life is, man, appreciate every time your mom buys you a game or a console. And I'm not just saying this because I like your mama, but, like, appreciate that, man, because there's a lot of kids out here that don't have that kind of stuff, and my mom and I struggled for a while, but she still bought me everything I wanted. And as I get older, I appreciate that shit way more than ever, because now that I have to buy my own things, it means a lot more to me because I know what she sacrificed.
Yeah.
So am I doing you justice, Miss Tammy?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got you. Now we're speaking in code. But yeah, just remember that, man. I mean, I know, you love your mama, but it's hard when you're a kid. We take things for granted when we're children because we just go, it's just going to be there, right? But I never had a bad Christmas in my life, and that's because my mom and my grandma. If it wasn't for them, I probably would never have had a good Christmas ever. So the reason why I could even afford these sneakers, like now it's all on me. I put all the effort in. I'm the one that works for them. But the only reason why I ever had good sneakers and I didn't get bullied for having, dirty Air Force Ones or whatever is because my mom always kept me right. So don't ever forget that, my friend.
Yeah.
I'm trying to, because I've never really had to do an interview where like I literally do most of the talking. So I try to figure how I'm just because I keep it raw and unfiltered and just let it go wherever it goes because you just never know. But is there anything like you want to tell people about yourself or whatever, man? It's your episode.
Well, something that also like really affected me mentally.
Okay.
Was while I was growing up, like I was super close with my cousin, and he had cancer and stuff, and then he died and stuff, and that really messed my mental health up a lot.
What's your cousin's name?
Riley.
Well, rest in peace to Riley, my friend. We'll dedicate the episode to him.
I appreciate it.
Of course.
She's known as Smiley Riley.
Smiley Riley. How about this?
Yeah, because he was always happy.
All right. Well, we can even go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. He had, when I first met him, he was at Vanderbilt Children's with leukemia. Mm-hmm. I think he still holds the record for the highest white blood cell count that they had ever seen. Like, it caused him to have a stroke. And so he had mobility issues in, I'm trying to remember, I want to say it was his right hand. And then he went into remission, everything. And then 21 or 22, I don't remember exactly, he got sick again and was having constant pains. And it was a different kind of cancer this time, and it had like spread to his bones and everything. He had just turned 18 when he had died.
Wow. Well, I will tell you there, Bentley. I mean, I hate to just keep doing this where I just turn it around. I'm like, hey, let me tell you something about me, but I know you don't know me that well. So I lost my best friend, Lori. She died when I was early 20s. She only made it to 22. She beat cancer but died from heart failure. And when it was a couple days before she died, it was one of the Super Bowls. I don't remember which one. It was one of the giant Patriot Super Bowls. I don't remember if it was the first one or the second one, but I just remember that vividly. And I remember her texting me and, saying, "Hey, can we talk?" And I said, "Okay, let me wait after the game." And literally she died that night. But the 2 nights before, I had talked to her on the phone and we had this long conversation, and I had to pretend like everything was going to be okay. It's the hardest phone conversation ever, probably the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. And I had to beat a disease that kills 70% of people. So I still say this is probably the hardest thing I ever do. I had to have a conversation with my best friend, knowing that she was going to be gone in a week at least. And I had to pretend like everything was going to be okay. And we had to laugh and have a good time like we always had. And while there's, beeping going on in the background, she's on, she's got air going into her and all kind of shit, right? And I had told her that night that I would do whatever I could to live for the both of us. And so you get to be here, man. For better or for worse, maybe you would like to trade places, I don't know, but he's not here, and it sucks. It's awful. Riley should still be here, but he's not. But he got to make it as long as he did, and that's it. But you get to carry on, man. So carry his legacy with you, man. Do what you can, and regardless of what happens in life, just remember, like, even though you're in pain right now, your eyes are acting all wonky or whatever the hell it is, just remember that Riley doesn't get to say I'm in pain. And so it'll keep you humbled. It'll keep you, realizing that life can always be worse, even if you have it bad. So, carry him with you. Carry him with you, my friend. Not to go too deep with it, but, it's one of those things. It sucks to see someone die, especially someone you love, but it makes you understand how precious life really is. Even at a young age, it makes you understand that nothing's guaranteed, and tomorrow's not guaranteed for any of us. Whether it's breathing or whether our vision is still intact or whatever it is, nothing's guaranteed. And so just remember, Riley, every time you get down, every time you get depressed, your mom has my number, so anytime you want to talk, I'm here for you too. But just remember Riley more than anything, because, make him proud. Just keep doing what you're doing, and, life will be easy once you realize that, life can always be harder for us. Life could always be worse.
Yeah.
But I appreciate you coming on, man. Unless you want to add some more, I genuinely, like I said, I'm here for you if you ever need a friend. Your mom and I will always stay friends. I love your mama. So, but nonetheless, like I said, if you ever feeling like super depressed or whatever, ostracized, lonely, you feel like giving up, man, get a hold of me, dude. I'm dead serious. Get a hold of me. Don't do it alone. I wish I didn't understand, but I do. And we'll get you out of some funk somehow, some way. So, and even though I'm 37, man, I still struggle with my disabilities every damn day. Every day I struggle with it. Your mom has saw me on lives where I was depressed, where I was anxious, and where I was smiling. So I still go through it, but life has gotten a lot easier, and life will get easier for you. But just experience it. You're too young, so just experience life. Learn from every mistake you make, and I promise life will get easier. It'll always be hard, but it will get easier. So we had our therapy session for the week.
I appreciate it.
Anytime, my friend. Like I said, is there anything else you want to add?
No, I think that's about it.
Miss Tammy, you want to add anything?
Nothing. I think he's good.
That's okay. I get it, man.
Yeah.
I used to be super shy and awkward. It's all good, dude. You're still loved by me. Don't worry about it. But yeah, we'll don't hang up. We'll just wrap the episode up. But yeah, guys, we will see y'all next week. And thanks to our guest. And yeah, guys, take care of yourselves. Hope you guys are all in good health. And yeah, go out and live. See y'all next week. Bye, guys.